Hello YouTube, my name's John. Channel's Meigs County Metalworks, and this is my very first YouTube video ever. And I figured I'd do a toolbox tour video of my box that I have here where I work at my day job. And I like to watch toolbox tour videos. I like to see what other guys have, the way they're set up, and figure I'd show mine. My job title here is Fabricator, but I do welding, I do machine work. We're a small little shop in a plant. I'm not going to tell you what plant or where or really what we even make, but I'll show you my box. In case you haven't wondered or caught on yet, I'm probably going to be really bad at this. But I'll show you my box, show you what I got. Like I said, my job title's Fabricator, but I do machine work, I do millwright type of work, mechanic work, just pretty much whatever they need done, that's what I do. So anyway, I'll bear with me here on my camera rig. Let me show you my camera rig. Okay, this is my camera rig. It is a part of an old dial indicator stand with some kind of ground clamp attached to it on a pole with a couple magnets in it, and I clamp that clamp to the little thingy on the back of my phone, and that's how I'm going to hold it. So we'll see how it works. Okay, over here at my toolbox, my one toolbox, I have this Milwaukee box that stays down here in my shop where I do most of my fabrication and machine type work and assembly type work. And then I also have this home built dresser with wheels. That's my mobile box that I take up in the plant when I'll be doing a project up there. Kind of can load it up. It's got a bunch of stuff in it that I can use right then, but I'll load it up with other stuff and just slap it on the forks of a forklift and drag it. A little walk around on the outside of the box. I've got a little homemade shelf here that keeps some of the aerosols on. We've got a bunch of various clamps, and the way I made them or got them attached is I fabricated this handle, and then to keep from scratching up the outside of the box, I put a piece of Lexan on the outside of the box. This guy sticking out here is a air wand. And then on the other side, excuse the lighting, it is horrible lighting where this thing lives, but I've got a charger, a couple chargers for my rigid power tools there. So to start, open up the top of the box here, and I haven't had this box very long. I got it at Home Depot. I had severely outgrown my little 36-inch Craftsman top bottom box that I had, and this is a 46-inch top bottom Milwaukee. The reason why I chose this box was, one, it had the large till on top, it had this long drawer, and it had two deep bottom drawers. We'll get into what's in all these here in a moment, but that's the reason this box met all them criteria that I wanted. And I think it was around $800-900 is what I paid for it. So far it's been pretty good quality. I like it. It's got the soft close drawers. Wasn't sure I'd like them at first, but I'm grown used to them. Okay, very first drawer. Well, we'll start up here at the top. Some chargers. Rigid is what I'm using mostly. I've got some Porter cable stuff too, but I'm starting to phase my power stuff into Porter, or into the rigid. These two guys here are a end mill set and a Silver and Deming up to 1 inch drill bit set. Got a set of transfer punches up here, a little cheap Pittsburgh stamping set. Over here we have another Pittsburgh T-handle hex wrench set. Here we have a screwdriver set that I believe came from Lowe's. It was only like 20 bucks, but they're fairly decent. Yeah, they work. It's a screwdriver. Some reference books. I got a pocket reference book. There's a pipe fitter book back there. These are my absolute favorite tape measures at the moment. Magnetic tip Milwaukee 25 footers. They have large numbers that I can see. The magnetic tip works pretty well. I like the wide foot, for lack of a better word. These are my absolute favorite tape measures at the moment, and you catch these at Home Depot on a special buy, like I think like $20 or $30 for 2 of them, for a 2-pack, and I mean, you just can't beat that. So anyway, first drawer, let's start with a junk drawer. Everybody loves a junk drawer. This is my pens and markers drawer, I guess you would call it. And it has pens, it has markers, and a bunch of other crap. Some torch tips, torch cleaners, gotta have some duct tape, set of earbuds back there, gotta have tunes. So yeah, junk. Thread locker, little flashlight, the Old Spice Toolbox deodorant. Middle of summertime, you're sweaty, there is nothing better than some fresh deodorant. Am I right or not? So we'll move over to the next drawer. Just go straight across. Drills and taps. It is a complete disaster. We got these little tap indexes like this. These things are amazing. I love them. Of course, mine is probably missing quite a few, but as you can see, they come with the tap and corresponding drill, so you don't have to have 50 billion drills just to tap some common sized holes. You can get those through Granger, McMaster, all of your supply stores. Like I said, just down in there I've got some bigger drills, long aircraft drills. These little cases here have got some random drills in them, and then back here are a bunch of random taps that I use. I deal with a lot of metric and standard, so I have to have a little bit of everything. Okay, moving on down. We'll go down to the layout drawer. Dividers, inside, outside dividers. Little post leveler. If you do any type of stand building, stuff like that, especially large stuff, those post levelers, especially if you can get one that husky, it's got a magnetic back, those things are invaluable. Contour gauge, never use it, don't even know why I have it. Try square set, pipe centered set, contour gauge, I believe is what this thing is called. I do a little bit of pipe fitting, so that's nice to have, to find the center of your pipe, get it nice and level. Folding rule. How many people still use a folding rule? Well, I'm one. Measuring inside, got the little slider on it, can't beat it. Speed square, digital dial caliper, couple combo squares there. That's mostly my layout. Come over here, screwdrivers. Not a whole lot in this. I tend to lose and abuse screwdrivers. That's why I don't buy the good ones. You'll notice I don't buy good of much anything. I kind of believe that, you know, Snap-on, Matco, it's all real nice stuff, but it's real nice prices too. On down picks and scrapers. I think I picked that set there up at Royal King for, I don't know, like 10 bucks. And I mean, they're pretty good. For 10 bucks, they're nice. Digging out O-rings. Little flat scraper. I ain't had this too long, so it ain't been modified yet. A couple putty knives. Inspection mirror. That's probably covered with weld splatter. Yep, it is covered with weld splatter. Pickup tool, magnetic pickup tool. I think I got a wire brush there too. Straight over from that, big wrenches. A lot of these I've picked up at flea markets and yard sales. These things, if you find them, they are invaluable. Now you've got to kind of pay attention because they have some really odd sizes sometimes. But I think these older wrenches in here, I mean, $2-3 a piece, you know, and I mean, they're still serviceable. They, you know, they're for you can't buy them for scrap that cheap. Also got a hacksaw back there. Never use it. It's hacksaw. I have bandsaws. Couple crescent wrenches. Set of tongs. Don't ask. Directly over from it. Okay, we already done picks and scrapers. We'll do files and punches. All the files I have one file handle. So that tells you how. Yeah, I change it all the time, right? Yeah, everybody does. Got a body dolly for doing sheet metal work. File card. These are nice to clean your files off with. I've had this thing here for 20 plus years and it is very worn. Punches, drift punches, chisels. The blue thing back there is a pipe clamp that is adjustable. It don't screw on. It slides over top of the pipe, so you don't have to have threaded pipe, which I thought was pretty handy. I think I got it at Lowe's also. These little guys, the fabricators and welders out there will recognize these third fingers. These are really handy to hold stuff down while you're welding on them or placing them or fitting them. And if you have one, you gotta have two. One's nice, two's better. On over to miscellaneous. Wow, there's nothing. Oh no, this toolbox, when I got it, I wasn't sure I'd like this. It has this flat top on it, I guess, so you can write and do your paperwork and all that good stuff. But I rarely use it for that, but I do like it because it hides all the junk in this drawer. And as you can see, it is a miscellaneous drawer. We have everything from an engraver to screw extractors, a Gerber tool, a magnifying glass, a temperature gun, a snatch hook, a carabiner. It is just my junk drawer. Just collect all, who knows what. If I got it, I don't know exactly where it's at. It's probably in this drawer. Moving down to the bottom box, we have the long drawer. This is my hammers and sockets. Few hammers, a body hammer, a cross peen hammer, a small ball peen hammer, a dead blow hammer. This side is my metric sets. I am slowly filling these out. I hate to just buy a complete set when I already have a lot of them. So I've been hitting up flea markets. You know, you can usually get fairly decent sockets for a couple bucks a piece. So I'm slowly filling these out. I've got a list that I carry to the flea market with me to know what I am missing and what I'd need. Little blue bin full of some extensions and stuff like that, swivels, step bit in there for some damn reason. Quarter-inch drive set, I believe that's the metric, I believe that's the standard quarter-inch drive set. Half-inch drive standard back there, 3/8 in the front. Some bigger stuff that just don't fit in those little holders. I think that's what, inch and 15/16. Yeah, it only goes up to what, inch and an eighth. So these little guys here, these little gray plastic things, there are some plastic blocks that I came up with, and I just simply drilled them out to hold little quarter-inch bits, little quarter-inch shank, 1/8 shank, Dremel bits, die grinder bits. And I'm able to stand them up and kind of see what I have at the time. These guys right here, if you do a lot of tapping, these are invaluable. They are a socket. These 4 here are quarter-inch drive. These 4 are 3/8 drive. And they have a little O-ring and a little square drive down inside that holds your socket, or holds your tap rather. And you can use a ratchet on to tap with. You do have to be careful because your ratchet will put unlevel loads, for lack of a better word, on your tap and make it not go straight. But these are invaluable. If you do a lot of tapping, get a set of these. These are more just quarter-inch shank air grinder bits, air tool bits. But I do love that long drawer. This is the first toolbox I've ever had that's had this long drawer, and I'm able to stand my sockets up in them little holders like that, and I honestly could not go back to any other way. Moving down to hex wrenches. A lot of the stuff I deal with does have a lot of hex on it. Socket head, Allen head, whatever you want to call them. So I've got socket hex wrenches, I've got regular Allen wrenches. I do not have a 1/2-inch metric set of these. This is a standard set. I do need to get, again, these are Harbor Freight Pittsburgh, but they take a beating. I'm telling you guys, not everything in Harbor Freight is good, but it takes a beating, and they'll take about anything back. These bigger L handles here, I think I got them at a flea market for I don't know, $3 or $4 a piece. So onto this drawer we have wrenches, and again, I'm a fabricator mostly. You know, I don't need every single wrench in every single size, and I damn sure don't need snap-on stuff. You know, so I have older Craftsman, I have Stanley. These little guys right here are probably don't even have a brand on them. I got them at Tractor Supply. They was, I think, $14 for each set. This guy right here, it come from Walmart. Hyper Tool. You know, am I going to use this building race cars? No, but you know what? I need a little stubby, you know, little stubby. Can't even focus. You know, it's a wrench. If I have to heat it up to bend it, I don't feel bad because I paid, I think, $19 for this entire set. I can buy a whole lot of sets at $19 for one snap-on wrench. Moving on down, let's jump back over cutters and pliers. Channel locks, linemen's, little vice grip pliers, set of, and my other one's in my other box over there. Aviation snips, set of O-ring pliers, and for the really big jobs, you know, sometimes you just got to pull out the big tools. Oh yeah, and a pair of welpers. Every welder needs a welper. Over to air tools. Yes, some of us still have to use air tools, and my air tool drawer is a disaster, an absolute disaster. And there's even a little mini grease gun in the air tool drawer. Honestly, I hate using air tools, but it is what it is. The air drill, I do use a lot of air drill. It's a CP, what is that? Central Pneumatic? Chicago Pneumatic? One of them. I do use air drill quite often. They run at a lot slower speed, a lot higher torque. The Sioux tool, that's a little 1/8 inch die grinder. This little sucker spins at 55,000 RPM. It sounds like a dentist drill. It is scary. I love it. But yeah, I've got some, I don't know, air chisels down in there, some blow nozzles, cut off tool. These little guys here, half of my stuff have this size on it, and the other half have this size on it. Make it an adapter. Put a big one and a little one. And somewhere in here I've got a little one and a big one. But yeah, make it an adapter. You don't have to switch them out as much. Okay, over to specialty tools. Got a set of micrometers. Got this little guy, I got it at an auction. I ain't gonna dig it out of there. It's a pain to get out. It's a nut set tool. Sets the little rivets, you know, the little rivet that with the threads. Can't remember what they're called. They're handy. A cheap set of taps and dies down here. Another pipe fitting tool. Flange wizard. This is to level your flange to your piece of pipe. This guy's a old laser level. And almost done with this box where I did air tools. Grinders and power tools. Well, there's grinders. There's a power tool. Otherwise, it's kind of a junk drawer too. I ain't gonna dig all this stuff out. There's I got a Porter cable saws all down in there, and a Porter cable jigsaw, a couple 4.5-inch grinders, the handle that came off the other side, gloves. For TIG welding, I really love these gloves. These are made by Steiner. They have a great feel to them. However, don't use them for other things. They don't last. But I do love them for real fine TIG work. And our last drawer on this one is a cordless drill impact driver. And as I said, I'm kind of going towards rigid. I've got the 1/2-inch impact. I recently just got the 1/2-inch drill and 1/4-inch driver, and I've got the cordless brushless grinder. I never had a cordless grinder until about 5 years ago. There's a Porter cable hammer drill. Like I said, I still got some Porter cable stuff, but switching to rigid. Back to the grinder. I never had a cordless grinder until about 5 years ago, and honestly, I would not know what to do without one now. It is one less cord you got to hassle with. They are invaluable. I love them. I will always have at least one now. Alright, moving over to our mobile box. These I do not have labeled, just because I didn't feel like labeling. A little bit of everything, really, in this entire box. I had a couple hammers, some chipping hammers in here. This is my favorite chipping hammer. This is an S-Wing. I mean, it's an S-Wing. It is one solid chunk of steel with a rubber hammer or handle on it, and it's great. I love it. I love the profile of it. You know, it's not a rounded tip. It's more of a squared off tip on it. They work great. I love it. Like I said, this box is just so I have stuff, you know, when I'm not in my home shop, for lack of a better word. This guy right here, 16-inch old school Craftsman, forged in USA, $3. $3. Found it at a flea market for $3. Yeah, try buy a new one for $3. I dare you. This drawer is kind of a junk drawer also. Pipe wrap. Another Milwaukee tape. Told you I love them. Keep a combo square in here. Keep a couple speed squares. This little guy, I recently seen a video on I think it was weld.com's channel, where they done a where they made one of these little mini speed squares, and I decided to try one out of plastic first, but as you can see, plastic and welders do not mix at all. But I am going to get an aluminum one and do this, because this is just so handy. It fits in your pocket better. It fits inside of I-beam great. Yeah, why do they not just make these? Because I just buy one instead of buying one and cutting it up. Sometimes you got to pull out the 100-footer. Little, little protractor. Torpedo level. Stanley Fat Max. I love these Stanley Fat Maxes. They're beveled on the back. They lay on pipe really nice. you've got this spirit level here that is adjustable to help you find angles and level to angle and stuff like that. These are very nice, and they ain't too bad either. They're, you know, 20 bucks, I think. On down to this drawer. This is kind of my rigging drawer. Some straps, some shackles, some ratchet straps for just, you know, tying stuff down, holding it. Some caution tape to keep the safety man happy. Bottle jack just for, you know, lifting, wedging stuff. Bug spray. Mosquitoes. I hate them. They almost die. I got some primer in here and some PB blaster and some cutting oil, some rags. On down, these are clamps, mostly clamps, some sheet metal clamps, some Wilton high-vis bigger C clamps. I think I got a 6-inch set and an 8-inch set. Got some pipe wrenches down there, 36-inch and a 14, two 24 inches and a 14. Got to have the big hammer for when it just does not want to move. This is a set of Allen wrenches that I keep in here, just so I don't have to walk back to the shop. I know there's more than one of you on there. Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? There you go. And again, I got this at Roll King, I think, for not a whole lot, but it's got metric up to 19 and standard up to 3/4, and I haven't used them a whole lot, but I mean, I've had pipes on them, I've had cheater bars on them, and so far they've held up for the price. They were worth it. And last but not least, this is a power tool drawer. Got some extension cords down in there, couple more grinders, another cordless, my Porter cable cordless grinder I keep in here, couple Porter cable drills over here, a set of knee pads that haven't been too much used yet, but guys, I'm telling you, take care of your knees. Yeah, everybody's gonna make fun of you for wearing knee pads, but you'll appreciate knee pads when you're having knee surgery replaced. On this side, this is my high-speed locking bar. Check this out. This guy sits down in there. That guy goes on there. That guy goes on there. Snap. Yeah, it'll keep him out for 5 minutes, I guess. So anyway, guys, that's my very first YouTube video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it ain't too long. I tried my best not to keep it under, an hour maybe. But I hope to make more videos. If I happen to, come along a little project that I'm working on, and think about, hey, grab your camera, make a video. Somebody might enjoy watching you do it. Somebody might enjoy laughing at watching you do it. But you guys have a great day.